What's good, YouTube? I'm back with another video for y'all today. I genuinely want to appreciate y'all that are continuing to watch my videos. You guys truly motivate me to continue to grow and continue to give you guys value and give y'all some knowledge that y'all can use in y'all lives on a daily basis. And for me, it's just something for me to give back to those people that are around my age. They're young, ambitious, and driven to have high goals and aspirations, and sometimes their environments can kind of limit them in those scenarios and situations. And just being able to be on a platform to kind of be able to provide you guys some information, be able to not only get out your environment, but also become and strive to be the best version of yourself. And today, what I really wanted to talk about is that money isn't everything, but it's damn sure significant. And the reason why I say that is because money is a tool. It gets you access to things. It gets you in different environments. You're able to do certain things. You're able to eat different foods. You're able to fly on different classes of business or first class. You're able to go on trips. You're able to go on vacations. You're able to buy that car. You're able to buy that house. But I think the most fulfilling thing is the person you became in order to achieve that or get that money. And the reason why I say that is because you guys need to start falling in love with the journey and the process. Don't fall in love so much with the end goal and the monetary amount. Focus on who you need to become each and every day. Become that person each and every day, and you will continue to reap the rewards of the goals and the money amounts that you anticipated or envision yourself of having. And the reason why I say money is not everything is because money can't buy family. Money can't buy relationships. I mean, it can to a certain degree, but you don't want relationships only contingent upon money. You want to be able to provide, don't get me wrong, but you don't want money to control you. You want to control money. And what I mean by that is, don't be a slave to the dollar. The dollar is an imaginary piece of paper that's printed every day, day in and day out, and it's literally why people kill each other over it. Why people trade their time for it. And it's literally why people can only do certain things based on the amount of money that they make. And the reason why I say that is because you shouldn't put money on a pedestal. You shouldn't think it's hard to get. Money is actually easy to get if you're able to put yourself in a certain environment, in certain predicament, and become a certain version of yourself that you have the skills, you have the attributes to be able to go out and make a lot of money. It all starts with you at the end of the day. If you don't create the best version of you and acquire those skills and attributes, you'll never be successful. And then it's not only one thing to get the money, but it's also another thing to keep the money. A lot of people, when they get their first couple $100 or a couple $1,000 or a couple tens of thousands of dollars or even millions of dollars, they tend to just blow it right away. And I think there's a degree of you needing to go through this process, because when you buy that item, you probably have some sort of dopamine for a little bit, maybe a day, 2 days, and then after that feels normal, and then you're gonna have to jump out and do another thing. And as you start to accumulate material things, you start to realize, like, this doesn't make me happy. It may make you happy in that moment, but I'm saying, like, long-term happiness, like obviously having the car is going to give you some sort of enjoyment, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to be the circle of your life. It's not going to be the orbit of your life. And the orbit of your life needs to be you becoming the best version of yourself and acquiring all the skills and attributes you need to have in order to become the person that can make that amount of money. That's all this shit really comes down to. If your primary focus is just to make a bunch of money, just to blow it on bullshit, I mean, to a certain degree, that's fine, but you have to understand what your why is and what your long-term is. It's cool to have goals and aspirations, having a Lamborghini, having a McLaren, having a Bugatti, having that 15,000 square foot mansion. But when you buy that thing, there's going to be a void, and it's going to be your responsibility to fill it. And then you're just going to have to go get a 20,000 square foot house. You're going to have to get a 50,000 square foot house, which is fine. Have those goals, but you can't just let money control you. You don't want to be the person where anytime there's some money involved, you have to jump on that opportunity, because when you don't have a high level of discernment and not only the work you're doing, but also the people you're surrounding yourself with, that's where the money can not only be lost, but you can get fucked over in the long term. And being able to understand what's a good deal from a bad deal and who you're surrounding yourself and who you're working with is far more important than you just making a bunch of money. Money's always going to be there. They print that shit every day. Money is not hard to make. You just need to figure out and position yourself in a way to be able to get in a place where you can make a bunch of money. I'm telling you, bro, this shit is fucking possible, bro. If I can do it, so can you. And don't focus so much on the money. Just focus on who you need to become day in and day out. I'm telling you, bro. Because once you become the version of you that's able to make a lot of money, it's just gonna fall in your lap like crazy, bro. I swear to God. Happened to me. When I started out doing this real estate shit, I didn't necessarily have a bunch of money, but I worked on the skills. I worked on my craft. I worked on how to communicate. I worked on different real estate terminology, how to run the numbers, what makes a good deal from a bad deal. And then once I was doing that, I got my first couple of internships. And then once I was able to get my first couple of internships, then I was able to meet more people. I was able to get myself in that environment, and I immersed myself in that environment, and I exploited every situation I had. If there was a guest speaker coming in, I made sure I shook their hands. If there was someone I needed to meet within the real estate space, like maybe with me doing development, I needed to know who the general contractors are. I needed to know who the architects were. I needed to know who was working for the city that approves these projects. So I made sure I got in their faces so that they could remember me by asking invoking questions. So when I go out and do my own thing, or when I go out and do these other ventures, whether it's with work or whatever the case may be, or helping out clients, I'm able to position myself in a way that I have leverage because I can provide value based on the relationships I was able to build during my internships and exploiting those opportunities. Everything was very intentional. You can't waste time doing bullshit that's going to pull you away from your goals. You need to eliminate all distractions, things that are not conducive to your success. If it's not making you better, if it's not a part of the vision or making you better, simply just get rid of it. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be something that basically is daunting, and it's going to be that one thing that holds you back. And if you want to be held back, I mean, that's fine, but you're going to look up and it's going to be 10, 20, 30 years of your life going by, and you're like, damn, if I would have just done this during this time, I would have been X, Y, and Z, or I would have been doing X, Y, and Z, or I would have had X, Y, and Z. You don't want to live a life of regret. You want to live a life of fulfillment, doing what makes you happy, doing what is able to push the needle to get you to different levels. Because at the end of the day, all this industry is levels. Business is nothing but levels, and a way to keep track of that level is money. Just figure out what it is you want to do, who you need to become in order to be very successful at it, and work on it diligently every single day. Every single fucking day. This shit is not rocket science. You could, if I can do it, you can do it. I can do it, you can do it. It's going to be challenging because when you live, and I'm sure you guys have seen this in your daily life, but even when you see yourself evolve from doing the little things that you've done up to this point, right? You know how hard it was to get rid of those habits, those thoughts, those beliefs, those people. Everyone may not want to do that shit because it's hard. No one wants to do hard shit. Everyone's just comfortable. And that's why I'm saying there's really no competition when it comes to this shit. But what I'm saying, I say this to say, is that you going through the stuff that you went through to be able to get yourself out of certain predicaments or evolve, it's going to be hard to kind of project those things that you did to overcome those things to another person because they're so stuck in their ways. It's going to be hard for them to jump out of that circadian rhythm, just like it was for you. So that's why I'm saying, like, you were one of the ones that was really able to get yourself out of that cycle of doing dumb shit or doing bullshit or being around bullshit. Like, that shit is hard. Like, give yourself credit for that shit, because not a lot of people can do it, bro. You can tell someone one thing and they're probably going to do another thing because that's just what they're used to doing. They're not willing to change because it's so hard to change, just like it was in your circumstance. It was hard for you to change, but now you're reaping the reward for it. That's it for today's video. Make sure y'all like, comment, follow for more, and just let me know down in the description what other video topics I should do. or any other things that y'all want me to talk about in particular or more in the detail on, and I'll be more than happy to do so. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.